part of the joys of being a Mac gamer in the 90s is a lot of our games came through bundles. So it was probably, while browsing around Electronics Boutique, we'd probably run into something like a Electronic Arts bundle. Like, you get something like this. This is, I guess it was a bundle of like 8 games? 8 discs, because I think I remember Wing Commander 3 being part of that bundle. And that was like 4 discs in itself. Any case, now, unless they wanted the box to weigh like 40 pounds, they couldn't provide proper documentation, because you'll see why in a second. So I went rummaging through the house, and apparently we were fans of taking the manual on a disc and printing them out into 3-ring binders. And some of these manuals, they're like about 200 pages long. I mean, Jesus Christ. For example, here's one. Super Wing Commander. And do you ever see anything like this anymore? I mean, don't know if it's entirely necessary, but it's nice to see so much effort being put into documentation. And a lot of the bits are just tidbits written in universe. So here you got like a complete bio of all your wingmen and wing commander, done in a in-universe documentary format. Various maneuvers you can do in the game, though it all pretty much boils down to point and shoot while not getting shot in return. Do you ever see anything like this anymore? That's not a Gratha. Yeah, forget what I said. Sucks. Actually, now we get back into the frickin' in-universe tidbits, and it's all quite entertaining. Another one. This one is Wolfpack from Nova Logic. This was a game about World War II submarine combat. More specifically on the German side with their U-boats. Basically had 2 teams, the U-boats and the surface fleet, and chaos would ensue. Pretty fun game. I think it would actually work on my Sheep Saber emulator. Gotta go back and try it if I ever dig up the disc again. And for the big kahuna, this is Chuck Yeager's Air Combat itself. And you know you're in trouble when the manual is stacks bigger than your frickin' hand. You know. So here, this is like a habit of air combat manuals, but they go into detail about everything. And this is a game from 1993. It ain't that complex, especially when they had to dumb down the flight models to accommodate 3 different eras in dogfighting history. The replay system, a entire synapse on speed, lift, thrust, and drag. One on the flight envelope. basic maneuvering. Vertical scissors, split S, element turn, high yo-yo, low yo-yo. Back then, reading this, I was terrible at figuring out what these things actually meant. But now my older and wiser self, until I started playing Aces High, then War Thunder, I actually began to understand what all this shit meant. And this game had the lookup shit in the manual form of documentation of copy protection. So what they do is they ask you a question, like, say, the maximum speed of the P-47 Thunderbolt. You go look through this, go into the appendix, look up the P-47 Thunderbolt, down to the maximum speed section, and it says 428 miles per hour. Note to self, cross-check this with War Thunder and see if Electronic Arts game Brent Iverson was more adept at gaining aircraft documentation than the Gaijin dudes. And this is just a hell of a lot of effort poured into the frickin' manual. And outside other flight sim games like Falcon 4.0, DCS A-10, where just the sheer amount of weapon systems available necessitate a comprehensive explanation, requires a 600-page manual. But then this is just not all just strict information and dry. Like, it's done in this, the whole writing is done in this pretty entertaining style, chucked in with tidbits from Chuck Yeager himself when they did an interview with him, right at the back of this back of the manual. Yeah, and you got the glossary at the back. Note to self, buy the farm equals die. Cute. So yeah, we probably torched a lot of trees doing all this, but they made for entertaining reads nonetheless. Nowadays, my old Macintosh is relegated to the corner of my desk. Still works, but I have no way to actually capture video footage from it, which is a shame. I would really like to do that, but whatever. Anyway, on to the game.